welcome to Bergisch Land, a new Terralife Plus series. I was playing on somewhere, but we've had a long break from there with the release of FS25, and as it was about to restart playing on there, Bergisch Land released, and I played this map in FS19 for a little while, and when I was doing the map tour, I had some serious nostalgia, so we're starting a new series on here at the farm that I played in FS19. So let's get started. Let's have a little look around. Let's have a look at the kit that I've got. It's not done a particular start from scratch or anything like that. I've added a bunch of money, brought some stuff, not brought everything that we need, and we're just going to play Terralife and see how it goes. So yeah, we are at Klein Brauhanden, maybe. I'm not sure how we pronounce that. It's a cow farm. We're going to run it as a dairy farm because that's the thing that I enjoy doing. We have a couple of cow sheds, one with a pasture attached. We have a few separate pastures which we can use for grazing, so maybe we'll do a little bit of beef as well, because I'm assuming that those pastures won't support milk. Let's just jump out and have a quick look actually. So this is one of said pastures. Probably could do with doing a bunch of renaming of things. I can do that actually in the construction menu. So if I click on cow pasture with trough, I can rename that. We're just going to quickly rename that as cow pasture test. Let's go in here, test. Can't click on it until I put animals there. That kind of makes sense. Let's just quickly buy an car. We'll sell it straight away pretty much. So we can get milk. Interesting. Not sure where we would get milk from, but anyway, we will explore that in more detail in the future. Because at the moment we don't have anything to feed said animals, so we just have a quick look at the map. Our farm is up here. So we have the big cow shed, which is that one. Actually, let's put on flight mode, shall we? So we've got big cow shed there, smaller cow shed just here. So that's those two. We've got cow pasture, cow pasture, cow pasture. So we've got 3 cow pastures. Then this cow shed has grazing, and then we've got, I think, 4 calf huts. So the one thing we don't have a lot of is shed space. So we've basically got this covered area, this small shed, these kind of smaller sheds, 4 silage pits, which is quite nice. This bale store / shed, some of the Doika silos, the water / molasses shed, and I think we've got a silo. We've got a manure pit there. I thought we had a silo. Maybe we don't. Probably doesn't matter. We're not going to be doing a whole heap of grain, but we might need to put in another shed. Means we might need to make space for another shed. So we might use some of the field space down the front there. In terms of fields, we own field 48, which is that field down the front there, which is currently empty. field 51, which has grass in it. Field 55, which has clover grass in it. That's probably going to go. Field 43, which has alfalfa, which is going to stay. Field 41, which has summer barley, which is going to stay. 45, which has grass. And I think that's it. Field 44, which is currently empty, which is... I was thinking of putting maize, silage, corn in there, but we might change that. So, yeah. I am very out of practice with playing with Terralife. So, what I've done, what I'm going to do, is the plan is to buy some 18-ish month old cows. So I've got 10-month-old cows. So I've got the feed mixer set to that. We are going to need hay, and we can use alfalfa or meadow hay, silage, pasture grass silage, herb grass silage, or field grass, and then straw, key components of our TMR. Actually, what we should do is switch to have a peek at the 18-month-old one. So at that point, we are going to need maize silage or silage, alfalfa silage, meadow silage, and a pulp which we can buy. So might be worth us putting maize in there for the future. But what I wanted to do is plant some herb grass, and I think we're going to plough in the clover grass, and I think we're going to put herb grass in 48 as well. I think that was probably the plan. Let me just have a look. Might have been 45 actually. I need to turn stones off once we've got rid of the stones that are in some of our fields. Yeah, so we've got some basic jobs to do today. I think we're going to plough in the grass that's in 55 and 45. I think 51 is maybe mowable, so, or close to, and 48, I think I might have been thinking about putting a root crop in there. Let me go back to we're way off 27 months, and even if we buy, it might make sense to buy 18-month-old cows. So we would need maize, alfalfa, and meadow. And if we go into the construction menu, tool, no, container. Yeah, and then we can put down one of those to buy the pulp from. So I think we keep the clover grass, and in that case, I think we want to subsoil those two. I think we want to get rid of the stones in 48 and put some kind of grass in there. Yeah, maybe put some more clover silage, clover or alfalfa in one of those. Yeah. The other thing we've got to do is a lot of liming because it's a new save. So, I think what we should do is back down here. Nothing like having a plan, is there? I think it makes sense to buy the cows as old as we can. I'll have a look at stones on here. I think we need to do something with those stones. We might need to get a stone picker over these. So let's do that. Release that. And we can use the Littler Deutz tractor. So we've got 2 Deutz Warriors as our main field working tractors. We've got the Little Massey on the feed mixer. And we've got the John Deere that you've seen as our kind of loader tractor. There's a lot of stuff we don't own yet, which is why we've got cash in the bank. And this is really more about playing with Terralife than, you know, any kind of money type challenge. The series that was running before, Farming the Decade series, that's going to come back in FS25, I think. Once we've got the mods that we need to play that properly. So I'll kind of reboot that and we'll do a bit of a rewind on that. Go for... Oh, narrow field mode was in FS22. Okay. A decent overlap. We'll do a couple of rounded corners. There we go. And we'll do first waypoint and off you go. I have no interest in actually getting the stones. I am going to use F12 to empty this once it is done. Right. I think at the same time we will lease a large lime spreader. The biggest we can get. Because we need to lime pretty much all of our fields. So and I've forgotten how much that holds already. 18,500 litres. So, and we'll do the carbo lime. That'll be 9 of those. We'll do 8 because that's dirt cheap. And yeah, I'm not going to make you watch me endlessly lime fields. We'll probably do a bit of courseplay on that as well. What I might do, just think. Grassland care. I think 120. Yeah, we could put the subsoiler on the little John Deere. So we could get a whole load of jobs going at once. Other thing to check is calendar. can plant clover. Awesome. So yeah, I haven't played with Terralife in an age. Since, well, I have, but not for content. In the background, I was playing a little bit to get the previous save ready to be able to continue content, because the last thing that I did was start a huge hay baling contract. So I was trying to get that finished, and I'd got it to the point that it was almost finished. And then this map came out, and so I really liked this map, and basically I wanted to play this map, and I asked in another video what you guys thought, and the few that answered said play what you want to play, and so that's what we're doing. Don't know my way around yet. Let's hit up the pasture here, because we might end up mowing this initially, particularly as it is pretty well grown on. Getting in here might be a challenge, but I'm an awesome driver, so with that. That's not bad pH wise actually. So do more damage than good maybe. Yeah. Obviously, with crop destruction, I think we will leave that field and mow it first. So in that case, well, that one's got pasture on the back of it as well. It's not going to do 41 because that's got a crop growing in it. So we'll do all of those, and maybe 55. We might have to hang on to this for a little bit. That's okay. But yeah, obviously this is quite a big tractor for the yard that we've got, but and for some of the fields that we've got. I forgot that we have invisible fences, or invisible, almost invisible gates. But yeah, I've gone for the stupidly big spreader because that will mean we get through this pretty quick. And it's kind of the priority over, worrying about doing it super realistically. Let's just get it done. And then we can get on with doing the fun stuff. And we went through this process already once on somewhere. So, yeah. This video almost didn't happen today because I was really freaking tired. I've got stones in this one as well. I might have to do a bit of an edit to the map to get rid of the stones. I've also got flying deer. Oh well. Yeah, I do have slight recollections of working in this field, which is kind of cool. I didn't get to play it as much as I wanted in FS19 because, much like now, it came out quite late in the cycle. What I was doing in FS19 was playing with Maize Plus, and I was trying to do it as an organic farm with precision farming. Yeah, it was an interesting challenge, but we didn't get very far through that because FS22 released and I just went full force FS22. But because I've not had the chance to play Terralife really at all, I'm back, and I want to have enough of a chance to play this properly. So that's why we're here. Let's just check. Oh, that's fine. I was worried that was getting full quickly, but it's not. So yeah, I suspect those of you that are actually watching this and interested, because probably a bunch of people haven't, because it's FS22, not FS25. That's fine. Kind of don't care. Those of you that are watching because you're interested in Terralife, you've probably played a lot more Terralife than I have. So I might be asking you questions. You never know. Yeah. I wasn't expecting this map to actually come out when it did. It was a nice pre-Christmas present. And yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. It's cool. I say it was one of, well, it wasn't, it didn't get a chance to be one of my favourite maps in FS19. But it was a map that, the little bit that I got to play it, I really enjoyed. It was I think it was a forage extension map, so I think it had all of the extra crops. I did a bit of forestry and that kind of stuff on it as well. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Good times. But probably do need to think about a bit more shed space. I'm sure I think when I played it before, I kind of reworked the yard a little bit. It was a slightly different yard, I think. I think I had all or most of the animals. Not so worried about that on here. Just want to do some cow farming with Terralife. But I know I added sheep. I think I might have added pigs. Yeah. Let's do a quick check. Oh, you're good. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to remind myself how to edit the stone layer and remove the stones. Used to know how to do that. How to get a blank stone layer. That's not really something I want to mess around with. Stones in planted grass fields. Kind of weird going back to 22. Not seeing the terrain deformation. I hadn't realised how big of a... Oh, you need to be careful we don't destroy our summer barley. It's not very grown. Actually, we could get the lime on that as well because it's not very grown yet. Yeah, the ground suddenly feels very solid. Really does. Yeah, hopefully some of you will want to watch this, and some of you don't care what game I play. Some of you will watch anyway. But yeah, as I said, wanted to play some Terralife. Base game with FS22 are a little, FS25 are a little bit, you know, kind of a non-thing. Now we all expected that, didn't we? Anyway, so yeah, and to be honest, I think the hype of 25 has kind of died off a little bit. So don't think it's going to hurt that much. And I've always said I'll make the videos I want to make. I want to watch. You know? And I think I'd watch a bit of Terralife gameplay. So probably what I wouldn't watch is someone endlessly lime fields. So I will skip some of this in a moment. But yeah. I don't actually remember which game mode I selected to start this save. I think it might have been Farm Manager, but I'm not entirely sure. But trying to remember the settings for BCA. That's a mod I miss in FS25. But what we'll do is we'll have a quick check and make sure that things are about how we want them. So, yeah, normal economic difficulty, crop destruction on, periodic ploughing on. Field stone we will turn off once we've finished picking that field. And I think that's mostly it. And if we run out of cash, I will I'll use the loan at that point. I'm not just going to randomly keep adding money in. I'm hoping with the cows we can make a bit of cash. They should pay moderately well. I would have thought. They tend to do that. He says, having never played sufficiently long with cows with Terralife. Kind of basing it on Maize Plus. And how cows do in that. How's our cosplay guy doing? I do miss Simple Inspector. Looks like it's doing okay. Yep, most of the stones are gone from the field. That's great. Did that field need ploughing? Which one of you remembers? Because I sure don't. Oh, I said something else then. Draw our ship. It doesn't. You can see which ones do. Yeah. So unless we're going to be mowing the grass, we can wait to subsoil it because we've got a little while. Probably want to put narrows on, although not great for trying to pull a subsoiler through the ground. It might be better to wait until we've cut the grass and then do it, so that we're not damaging stuff. Yeah. But we do, let's go in the precision farming menu and pH. Yeah, we could do with doing pH on more of those fields at least. Spin around. Awesome. So the silage corn, I believe we can plant next game day. So that'll be good. We can get that in this field, get that growing. I think we've probably got a bunch of fertilizing to do, that kind of thing. So we get fields ready for stuff. That field next. So let's have a look at this one. So this is... I'm going to leave that because we're going to damage that if we go in there. If I check the growth of... Probably the same with 55 actually. So field 41 next, which we need to check as well. Make sure we can drive in that. Yes, I know I shouldn't be putting lime on a field with a growing crop in it. We're making up for starting this. Yeah. And that's not far from done. Cool. So I'm going to get this field limed and the other field limed, and then I will be back. Right, liming done. We're going to get this field seeded, and that's going to be it for today. And then next time, I think we'll do some grass cutting, because although it's out of season, I think some of that's because of map start and a bit of F12, which possibly, certainly some grass looks cuttable, so we'll get it cut so it can start regrowing, and we can sort out some field issues like needs ploughing and liming and stuff. Let's buy some seeds. A clover. We're going to get a big bag. That should be enough. Oof, that was spendy. There should be more than enough in that case. Yes, the price is correct. That probably means we can plant absolutely loads. I should probably have brought significantly less. So the pricing of seeds reflects the amount of land that it can plant. The fact it costs 10 grand means it can probably plant an insane amount of land. And then I was going to use this guy. Should have enough horsepower for it. 12 meters working width. And I'm just going to lease it. Because clover is a grass, so we should be able to plant it with this. Think. We don't need any of that. If I open that up, we're going to want to go around the side, aren't we? Yep. Look at the realism. Okay, oh, we've got a decent amount of seed in it. Can we get a reverse gear? Yes, we can. Excellent. We'll just park this out of the way. And close that up. And as I said, I think this is going to allow us to plant a huge amount. Not that we have a huge amount to plant. And it goes. Yeah, look at that seed usage rate. It is tiny. Yes, it's intentional. That's why the seed costs so much. It just means that it lets you plant a ridiculously huge area. So it would be interesting. Are there any? It's probably going to affect our environmental score. Do I care? No. No, I don't. At least not at this point. Just want to get the crops in the ground at a cheap price. Did think about leasing the little Novak, but figured that would take me absolutely ages. And this is fast. Speed is good at this point. We're just trying to get everything in the ground and set up. I'm going to have to roll it still as well, so I've used 4 litres of seed. Should have brought like a 60 litre bag, not a 1,000 litre bag. I should have paid attention to the price of it before I clicked buy. Say that was a dead giveaway. I do find it quite amusing when this is quite common. Someone will see that a bag of, for example, clover seed costs 10 grand, and they'll come back and say, "Oh, think the pricing of clover seed is wrong. It shouldn't be £10,000." Oh, and by the way, I think the usage rate is wrong as well. And rather than combining the two together and realizing that actually those clover seeds will let you seed a redonkulous area, and actually maybe those two facts mean that it's correct. So yeah, we've used 6 litres of seed to do our first headland. Yeah. Yep. That was a good waste of 10 grand, wasn't it? Oh well. Oh well. Maybe we can find some clover seeding contracts at some point. Plant clover on the entire map to make our money back. Just a bit. Damn it. Oh well. Why did I choose to plant clover? I'm not entirely sure. I didn't particularly. No. We're gonna freehand this a little bit, I think. I didn't massively plan out the planting for this one. Beyond what do we need to grow to make some TMR. Now, early on, we'll probably just be throwing some bales of silage in to top up if the grazing isn't enough, because bales of silage will do a lot of the feeding that's needed. Yes, that's intentional. It's intentional. Silage can be an almost complete feed. Now, it won't feed absolutely perfectly. If we really dive into the detail of the numbers, it's not exactly the same as feeding TMR. There are some subtle differences, or there were when I looked an update ago. But I haven't looked in a little while, so. And a lot of the team have a lot of stuff going on, so a lot of the things that were planned aren't necessarily happening at the moment or as quickly as were intended. So, yeah. Let's get on that bit. There we go. Yeah, going in nice and quick. So we'll just have the... I'll roll this field off camera. Just to try and keep this to a somewhat sane length. We'll do some mowing next time. We'll get some silage going, because that will let us get the cows in. And then we'll get the maize silage going. I am somewhat tempted to look at a bit more land so we can put a shed in. Because, as I say, shed space, it does seem to be a bit of a premium. That, or maybe we sell the smaller cow shed, or one of the pastures we used to put a shed in. Because we might not need them all for cows, although with grazing maybe we will. We might have to rotate things around a little bit, and by things I mean animals, obviously. I'm going to shift that over. Yes, I know I'm going back over land I've already planted, but that will get me on a course which is going to get everything seeded. Right. Yeah, what are the alternatives? Yes, we could. And we could put a shed in 55 and buy one of the other fields to put more grass in. Though 55 is maybe not the flattest field looking across there. which would make it tricky to landscape a shed into. That's a problem for future me to worry about. And this would have been a good field for it, wouldn't it? If I hadn't planted a fresh crop in it. And we could still put a shed in here, to be fair. This would be a good field for it. Got decent access just where the John Deere is. Yeah, maybe we do that. We just lose a bit of this field. I do think we need more shed space. And that's partly why I didn't buy everything, because we just can't store it all. And that's why, to some extent, leasing a bunch of it is kind of nice. Folders have I got installed? I just kind of pulled across my mods folder from the other save game. So we've got 8 meters. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Yeah, I won't take on to those because we won't roll the corn probably. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. I am excited actually to be playing Terralife and hopefully make some progress this time, because we really didn't last time. We see in Poligny we did, but things were kind of in development in that, and I stopped as soon as we did a year. So looking forwards to hopefully doing a bit longer on here. Hopefully, just making some solid progress, learning a bit about how it works. I guess some of the usual disclaimers, which I should have done earlier. If you're looking for support for Terralife stuff, I'll stick the links down below for the Maze Plus Discord. Make sure you're downloading it from the official sources. Obviously, the map is not on ModHub. The map is available through a Google Drive link, which I will stick down below. What else? I'm out of practice with all this stuff. Yeah. It'll all come back to me with a bit of time, I'm sure. But, wow, we used so much seed. Only 2 litres of the 1,000 litres of seed that I brought. That's slightly embarrassing. Are we going to be able to unload this? We are. Okay. Don't need to keep that, so turn that off. Hung on to the first spreader. I think that's worth keeping hold of for now. Just because we'll need it for other stuffs. Where the heck are we going to put this? In one of these bays, I think. There we go. That was snug. I don't really have anything to pick the pallet up. So I'm going to have to get ourselves some pallet forks at some point to deal with that. But we should maybe just get those now. I wonder if the unload, does anyone know if the unload to big bags mod works with Terralife? That would be handy to know, because I kind of like working with big bags. I like big bags. I will not lie. I guess we're going to need them anyway, so let's just get ourselves some pallet forks. There we go. So much left of that seed. Oh well. Anyway, I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this first video. If you have, click the like button. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And we'll be back next time for, I think, some grass work. So, yeah. Catch you then. Bye.